Hey everyone, IND here. Doing an exhaust. Finally got our Eisenmann G87 M2 exhaust in. We've been waiting on forever. We just wanted to do a tutorial here on the full install on it. Sorry about the noise in the shop. The guys are still working, so let's move on. All right, this Eisenmann exhaust comes with two different tip options. Le Mans cut in black or silver. We did opt for the black in this exhaust because we do have a lighter car. Some people do like the contrast on a darker vehicle going with the silver tip. Full stainless exhaust, MIG welded. We do still retain the functionality of our exhaust valves, so you can turn those on and off and adjust noise as you choose. Our mufflers are fully polished stainless, so you do have that nice look. So we're going to start our removal process of our factory exhaust, and we're going to start by removing, we got 4 nuts to remove here, and then we have a total of 5 insulators and 1 mounting nut to remove. I find it's easier to, instead of taking the insulators off of the exhaust system, just to pull them down with the brackets intact. And that way you save a lot of time and you can do that removal process on the ground, swapping the insulators over. We'll start with first disconnecting the exhaust controllers. There's one on either side, matter of squeezing the tab and unplugging. Next we'll move to our cross member. We have 6 13mm bolts to remove. Go ahead and get those out of the way. Next, we're going to remove our 4 nuts from the exhaust manifold studs. We'll leave one on a couple threads just to keep things in place, just so we don't lose anything. Moving forward, we're going to take our 13mm nut off one of the hangers. Just across from that, we have a 13mm bolt holding the next insulator in place. Carrying on, we'll take 2 more insulator brackets off by the differential, one on either side. From here, we need to take our rear insulator brackets off, and I brought an assistant in to take the front of the exhaust down while I support the rear. Now we're at our last one. This is going to drop down, so you need to support it. Now we have our exhaust on the floor. We need to take our exhaust valve controllers off. 3 10mm bolts on either side. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then we'll go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. Just simply pull it off. All right, after we get our exhaust valves off, we need to take off our insulators, and we only need to remove the 4 towards the back of the exhaust. Front one stays on because that will go back up with the vehicle. And what I like to do is just spray a little bit of lube, or in this case, I got a little bit of soapy water, and then just work off the valve or the insulator. Looking at our new exhaust, we see that it comes with a included resonator delete pipe. If you decide you don't want to use that, on the factory exhaust, there are dimples where you are supposed to cut. I've already double checked, and they do line up with the rear section. We are going to do the full install here and do the rear resonator delete. Taking our new exhaust, and we've laid it right on top of the factory one just to mark it. So we lined up our hangers. It'll give us a line to cut from. Go ahead and mark those both there. Now we know where to cut. Okay, we have our marks on our factory exhaust where to cut. Today we're going to be using an inexpensive pipe cutter, essentially a pair of pliers with cutting teeth on every link of the chain. Cleaner, no burrs. You can use a Sawzall, but you will get burrs and stuff you have to clean up. So you have that option to do whatever you want. But we'll go ahead and start cutting away. There we are, we're through. See, now we have clean cuts. Don't have to worry about any burrs, and we're ready to go. We've cut our factory pipe at our marks and rehung it, front section, back in place loosely with clamps to accommodate our Eisenmann rear exhaust. We're going to go next to hanging our insulators back in place. Done the other 3. This is my last one to go. Just slide it in. You can use soap if you want. Not completely necessary though on a new exhaust. Now we're going to reinstall our exhaust valve controller, and we need to make note to line up our keyway back in place so it's lined up properly. And then again, our 310mm bolts. We will torque to spec at 7 foot-pounds with our torque wrench. And do the same for the other side. With the help of an assistant, we raised the Eisenmann rear exhaust system in place, and I've got it loosely hung with our exhaust hanger nuts. I'm going to add the last one in right here, and then we can go to tightening everything and final adjustments. Now that everything is loosely hung in place, we can lift our rear Eisenmann exhaust in place with our factory front pipe and start sliding our clamps in place. Before tightening our connecting clamps, we're going to go through and tighten down our insulator brackets and our exhaust manifold nuts. And then we'll go back through and torque everything. Now that we have everything lined up and snug and in place, we're going to go through and torque everything down. Our studs are going to be at 25 foot-pounds. All right, last two things to do. Let's plug in our exhaust valve controllers and then tighten down our exhaust tips. Everyone, thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and let us know your comments down below.